snake, the wingless dragon, stomping, rival of the thunder god, stronger than all. Snake. Driven out by Odin, no place to call his home. Cast down to the ocean, to the great unknown. His lust for vengeance rising with the power of the waves. His gear abomination of a child has many names. Lean one, king of serpents, girdle of the road. This guy has nothing left to prove, it's size that overwhelms. The enemy of the league serpent, reign of Thor. The snake will get his sweet revenge come the final war. Eyes glowing red in the dark on the ocean floor. Mighty serpent roaring in the deep. He's a beast that devours all, and the serpent awaits. Power snake, you will fade under the shadow of the power snake. The wingless dragon stomping, rival of the thunder god, stronger than all. Power snake. So elusive and mysterious, as he is no match. The only thing in all the seas Thor could never catch. With scales tough as shining steel and stealing heart and mind. Across the world and back again, his body he can wind. The power snake will drag you down and drown you in his flesh. He let him swim and fear the sea, he likes his dinner fresh. You will fade under the shadow of the power snake. The wingless dragon stomping, rival of the thunder god, stronger than all. Power snake. To the touch, everybody is made of ice. Fairest of gods, he was forced to be put on trial. Facing his sin, staring into the trickster's eyes. Let on steel, fire, and ice. The stone and liquor bring all of the build your matter of mind. Nothing could hold him now. So wise and strong, the fairest of them all. His downfall was on the so down. Hope is bound to fall. The rogue is planned so evil and so vicious in his way. Now
Welcome to the chat. Make yourself at home. You feel free to chat. If not, no big deal.
in search of the truth, he came up with a grand disguise. One conversation that lit up his evil lies. For Loki, the envy was too much for him. Things change in my sense.
Вони стали ще їсти, вони стали ноші брати.
Yeah.
One thing that I've always struggled with, one thing I am super guilty of, is using run on
sentences. You may know them from their spelling and grammar features, but trust me, there's so much more to it than that. With Grammarly Pro, I'm able to highlight each section of text, and a feature will pop up that lets me rewrite full sentences for clarity, which helps make my message more clear and effective with just one click. And I also really love their setting goals feature. This will customize it to my writing suggestions. So
Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in the chat. Guess I'm going to put an audiobook on the background.
Then it wasn't really mercy that saved Kaifeng. Chutzi knew Khan well. He was a barbaric peasant who cared nothing for culture, or indeed for anything other than warfare and practical results. Chutzi chose to appeal to the only emotion that would work on such a man: greed. Self-interest is the lever that will move people. Once you can make them see how you can in some way meet their needs or advance their cause, the resistance to your requests for help will magically fall away. At each step on the way to acquiring power, you must train yourself to think your way inside the other person's mind, to see their needs and interests, to get rid of the screen of your own feelings that obscure the truth. Master this art, and there will be no limits to what you can accomplish. Reversal. Some people will see an appeal to their self-interest as ugly and ignoble. They actually prefer to be able to exercise charity, mercy, and justice, which are their ways of feeling superior to you. When you beg them for help, you emphasize their power and position. They are strong enough to need nothing from you except the chance to feel superior. This is the wine that intoxicates them. They are dying to fund your project, to introduce you to powerful people, provided, of course, that all this is done in public. And for a good cause. Usually the more public, the better. Not everyone, then, can be approached through cynical self-interest. Some people will be put off by it, because they don't want to seem to be motivated by such things. They need opportunities to display their good heart. Don't be shy. Give them that opportunity. It's not as if you are conning them by asking for help. It is really their pleasure to give and to be seen giving. You must distinguish the differences among powerful people and figure out what makes them tick. When they ooze greed, do not appeal to their charity. When they want to look charitable and noble, do not appeal to their greed. Here is a further reflection on this law. From Aesop's Fables. The Peasant and the Apple Tree. A peasant had in his garden an apple tree which bore no fruit, but only served as a perch for the sparrows and grasshoppers. He resolved to cut it down, and, taking his axe in hand, made a bold stroke at its roots. The grasshoppers and sparrows entreated him not to cut down the tree that sheltered them, but to spare it. and they would sing to him and lighten his labors. He paid no attention to their request, but gave the tree a second and third blow with his axe. When he reached the hollow of the tree, he found a hive full of honey. Having tasted the honeycomb, he threw down his axe, and looking on the tree as sacred, took great care of it. Self-interest alone moves some men. The 14th law. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Judgment. Knowing about your rival is critical. Use spies to gather valuable information that will keep you a step ahead. Better still, play the spy yourself. In polite social encounters, learn to probe. Ask indirect questions to get people to reveal their weaknesses and intentions. There is no occasion that is not an opportunity for artful spying. Observance of the law. Joseph Duveen was undoubtedly the greatest art dealer of his time. From 1904 to 1940, he almost single-handedly monopolized America's millionaire art collecting market. But one prize plum eluded him, the industrialist Andrew Mellon. Before he died, Duveen was determined to make Mellon a client. Duveen's friends said this was an impossible dream. Mellon was a stiff, taciturn man. The stories he had heard about the congenial, talkative Duveen rubbed him the wrong way. He had made it clear he had no desire to meet the man. Yet Duveen told his doubting friends, "Not only will Mellon buy from me, but he will buy only from me." For several years he tracked his prey, learning the man's habits, tastes, phobias. To do this, he secretly put several of Mellon's staff on his own payroll, worming valuable information out of them. By the time he moved into action, he knew Mellon about as well as Mellon's wife did. In 1921, Mellon was visiting London. He stayed in a palatial suite on the third floor of Claridge's Hotel. Duveen booked himself into the suite just below Mellon's on the second floor. He had arranged for his valet to befriend Mellon's valet, and on the fateful day he had chosen to make his move, Mellon's valet told Duveen's valet, who told Duveen that he had just helped Mellon on with his overcoat, and that the industrialist was making his way down the corridor to ring for the lift. Duveen's valet hurriedly helped Duveen with his own overcoat. Seconds later, Duveen entered the lift, and lo and behold, there was Mellon. "How do you do, Mr. Mellon?" said Duveen, introducing himself. "I am on my way to the National Gallery to look at some pictures." How uncanny. That was precisely where Mellon was headed. And so Duveen was able to accompany his prey to the one location that would ensure his success. He knew Mellon's taste inside and out, and while the two men wandered through the museum, he dazzled the magnate with his knowledge. Once again, quite uncannily, they seemed to have remarkably similar tastes. Mellon was pleasantly surprised. This was not the Duveen.
Fuck. Fucker. God. Shouldn't have said that. He's just got 4-6 or 4-5. I already know it. He's got 4-6 or 4-5. I already know it. Anyways, but we're talking about therapy. Just therapy, nothing else. Happy. Are you happy today? Good. Happy, not good. Be at peace. Peace over happiness. Yeah. I mean, teach their own. Peace over happiness all day. Peace over happiness all day. Think I should have made it bigger. Damn it, boy. Someone says you have to. Okay. What? What the fuck? How is someone? Me, I just happen to have. He just happens to have it. I mean, he's shoved 4 times, and he just happens to have fucking aces there. Jesus Christ, it's so fucking remarkable. And this is what's fucking shit, dude. So fucking tilting right now. I'm just like pissed, man, because it's like, oh, so brutal sometimes, man. Uh, uh, uh.